So I should say before we start, this is actually a bit of a big moment for me because in my first ever band, I did actually cover See You in Hell, and I didn't sing it very well at all. So I'm going to be a little bit embarrassed throughout this whole interview.
Okay.
But it's really nice to be here with you. So the last I heard of Grim Reaper, you were talking with Witchwood about getting some branding on one of their beers. Has that happened yet?
No, it hasn't.
Happened.
No, what I wanted to do was that they do a beer called Grim Reaper, and I wanted that to do that, but it's such an occasional beer they brew, they weren't prepared to stop everything else and brew that. So hopefully when they decide they're going to brew it again, because it's not a seasonal thing either.
Yeah.
So hopefully when they do it, that's when we'll get together and get it sorted.
That's cool. I mean, I suppose if they're the unofficial beer of rock and roll, then that can be the unofficial beer of Grim Reaper as well.
Yeah.
And you know, keeping it off the books is fine. What about the chocolate? Is
that's happening?
That's
yeah,
happening
that's
now.
happening. Yeah. The guys have been very busy at Grim Reaper Foods, and they've started work on basically what they're doing is creating something brand new for the brand, you know. So they're doing that as we speak. So and hopefully in a couple of months' time we'll get something out there.
And do you reckon it'll be good?
Oh yeah.
You can't say it's going to be bad.
No, absolutely not. No.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. So obviously, you've been in the heavy metal scene for a long time, and then after Grim Reaper split originally, you've been involved with several projects. Mm-hmm. But coming back to sort of to being at the front of the stage, what would you say is the thing that's changed most that you've noticed?
The actual industry has changed, whereas you used to get signed and then money pumped at you. That's totally changed now. You've got to come up with a finished article and all your artwork and everything before most labels will even begin to think about touching you.
Yeah.
So that's changed.
Is that even with the Grim Reaper name behind you?
Yeah. But it makes it easier, obviously, for me to get deals. But I started getting chased at the end of the day, and I wanted a British label that could do the business, and I found that with Plastic Head. It's Dissonance, but that's those guys, and I can't say enough about the good work that they've done for us so far. It's brilliant.
With a band that has something good to say about their label, which is, I suppose that with how Grim Reaper split up in the first place, it must be quite a relief to get a label that's actually giving you the sort of support that you need.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's nice to go to a label where you don't get any bullshit.
Yeah.
The guys at Dissonance have done exactly what they said they were going to do at all. So I can't thank them enough. And I think, to be quite honest, they've got it sorted. And this thing is out today. The album is out today worldwide, apart from South America. That won't be released until January, and that's where we're going out there to tour.
Okay, yeah.
So
you've got a world tour coming up into 2017. So
most of 2017 it will cover as well, yeah. So it's going to be a busy year.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's been a busy few years, because obviously you've got the album coming in this label, but...
No, could you shut the door?
Obviously you've got the album coming out on this label, but I've been hearing sort of whispers about a new Grim Reaper album for at least 3 years now.
Yeah, and it has been going on that long, to be fair. Very early on, we had member problems. When we recorded the drums, it was not that great, and so basically we got a new drummer in. That's Paul, who's on the album now, and that took a while to get that sorted out and get him down on tape. just pressures of having the time to go in and do it. So, I mean, it didn't cost us an awful lot because it was recorded in my studio. So, it was just pressure of time, really.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, you know, we've been chased by these labels, and Dissonance were chasing really, really hard. And they said, well, look, you know, we want to sign you. We want to sign you today. You know, we're ready. And that made us, kicked us into shape that we needed to be to get it done.
So that's what sort of pushed you into finishing the album off.
Yes.
And the new drummer, I think you've worked with him before, haven't you? So he's from your old bands.
Yeah.
From the 90s?
No, not at all. Paul joined us for our first full South American tour, and he's a stunning drummer, as you'll see for yourself tonight. He's an absolutely stunning drummer. And also we have a new bass player in Martin Trail. We had an American bass player, Chaz Grimaldi, who was living here at the time with his family, but they had to go home, and it just made things really difficult to do, you know.
Yeah.
So we've put him on the back burner, got Martin in, and Chaz will join in or do stuff, work for us when Martin can't.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
So it's all good, it's all amicable, so we can now just get on and do what we need to do.
With a solid lineup that's going to
Yes.
let you, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's obviously pretty much a prerequisite.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So it's all good though, all good.
So one of the things that I've wondered about what it's like for you guys to be on tour is that obviously, I mean, I wasn't born when your last album came out, when your last studio album came out anyway. So what's it like seeing all these people who I'm guessing are just as enthusiastic as your older fans coming into your gigs?
Yeah.
I mean, did you see a lot of it?
Yeah, everywhere we go. It's a whole new audience, really. I mean, fans of my age do turn up, but it's more or less teenagers, 20-year-old, 30-year-olds that come with over 30-year-old vinyl for me to sign. It's really weird. But yeah, no, it's good. It's because it's a whole new audience, and it's not just here. It's everywhere. It's in the States. We've seen that already. We've seen that in South America.
I bet they're pretty enthusiastic down there.
Mental.
Yeah. Some of the best
mental
fans,
in a great way. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's got to be quite strange in a way though, because I mean I think of, I mean I was going to ask about how your voice is pretty iconic, and I mean, do you ever listen to any covers of your own songs?
I do sometimes, yeah, but it's not very often, to be fair. I got put off once by a band. They wanted me to okay them as being, I'm not going to mention the country, as being the #1 tribute band. And when I listened to it, I was like, oh dear, no, I can't do it. No, it was not very good. So that kind of put me off. But I have heard people do it, and in all fairness, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard stuff to sing, and that's what I was thinking is that a lot of singers, their voices have deteriorated a lot, and I've listened to the promotion track that was released from the new album, and your voice is still sounding great. So I mentioned I'm a singer in my spare time. What's your secret?
Well, I'm getting asked that a lot actually, but I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I can't say I gave up drinking. I've given up. I binge drink now. No, I don't drink very often, and I quit smoking, which has definitely helped. But I hadn't lost it anyway. I can't really tell you. I suppose in a way it's not straining. I've been using in-ear monitors for a long time now, and they make massive difference.
Really?
And I think that's helping. There's lots of little things that are helping, you know, and that's really all I can say. You know, I mean, was it 1993? I think I got vocal nodes and had to have an operation on them.
It's going to be pretty scary.
Very scary, because you know, you never know if you're going to wake up and be able to sing, and especially afterwards, because you can't do anything for 6 weeks. You can't shout, you can't whisper, and you've got to keep your talking down to a minimum. Yeah. But all that time's going through your head. You know, oh, am I going to be able to do it again? And then I had a session with a speech therapist to get over that problem, and but it never leaves you after that. It's always in there, you know, like people getting colds, and you know, I use my own microphone now, and I sterilise it and all that sort of stuff.
They're dirty things, microphones.
They really are, yeah. I'd hate to think what, you know, you get one at a club, and I'd hate to think what was in it.
Yeah, they do get pretty pungent.
Yeah, so I only use my own microphone now. And that definitely helps, you know. But I don't know what it is, you know. I did 8 in South America. I did 8 shows on the trot. I've never done that, not even in my 20s.
Day after day?
Yeah. So it's 8 days on the trot, and I've got quite a few coming up in the States fairly shortly. I think it's 11.
11.
So so we'll see how we go with that.
Well, there's definitely something that you're doing.
I don't know what it is, but yeah.
We'll work it out one day.
Yeah, maybe on that.
So, could we put you on the spot and ask you if you could pick a standout track from the album? What it would be?
I like the first one, actually, Wings of Angels. It means quite a bit to me. I'm into aeroplanes in a big way. I fly ready control model aeroplanes.
Okay.
And, it's about a Spitfire pilot, basically.
Okay.
That's my standout track, and it was the one that everybody thought should be first on the album. So that's the track I like.
Can't really get better subject matter than the Spitfire. Awesome. For a British heavy metal band. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's the one, the go-to one, nice and easy for us to find.
Yeah.
Okay, how are we doing for time? Alright? Okay. We still... Sounds alright?
Sounds alright. Videos cut out, but we're on sound.
Okay. So just ask you a couple more things. So obviously you've been playing music pretty much constantly for, I mean, it's nearly 40 years, is what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
It's like the Battle of the Bands that you guys won was in 1979, right? So have you got any plans for a 40th anniversary? Because that's pretty close now.
Yeah, I haven't actually, but we might do. I hadn't thought about it.
We're going to get a credit if you do, right? I haven't thought about that, but yes, that could be on the cards. Because it seems like it would be quite a monumental occasion. 40 years, and particularly for you because you've not really taken a break. And what is it you do when you're not singing?
I work on my model aeroplanes. Constantly updating my studio, and then I do a lot of work for other people, other bands and stuff singing. So pretty much, it's busman's holiday really.
Sounds pretty good.
It's a relaxed life.
It definitely sounds like it. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we can leave the interview there because I doubt we can hear much. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
It was really nice speaking to you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.